Welcome into episode 24 of the Ultimate Die League podcast. My right-hand man, Shmurda Shmoney, is out of commission today, but I am joined by your co-host of the show, two-time MVP, seven-time UDL champ, Riley Lang.
Welcome back.
And I'm joined by two special guests. These guys actually played as partners last tourney and had a very effective day. We have two-time All-Star Tyler Hache, and we have Andrew Reno joining us today. How we doing, fellas?
What it do, baby?
Reno, first appearance, right?
First appearance, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Finally played decently well enough to show up for once.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
That was a good tourney. How'd that feel?
Felt good. I mean, it's, we're not on the same team, so it's different, but I feel like still got a lot to prove. Only got 2 dubs, so it felt good, but not good enough.
2 dubs is not a lot of teams. Like half the teams get less than 2 dubs. Only maybe half or more get two and 2 or more. Yeah. Like you don't. It's hard to go 2 and 2 or more. So I wouldn't hang your head on that at all. That's a nice little tourney.
You don't have to tell me that, bro. I know that.
That point can come in handy later in the tourney. Later in the season, I mean.
That point?
That point.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. Speaking of that point, so you and Ty obviously got a playoff point.
We did.
You and Reno have been locked in as partners this season. That nothing's changing there. You didn't play good enough to sneak away from Brandon?
No, not yet. Me and Ty talked about this. If one of us, he doesn't have a partner or I don't have a partner, we'll definitely link if, both of us don't. But it's too early. I texted Brandon that day and I said, if our ceiling's 1 point, then I don't know what we're doing here. So that's how I feel about it at the moment. It's no disrespect to Ty, and I know it's the same way with him.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, you gotta feel it out. You can't just base it off one tourney because you could have one really good tourney and then you could have 4 bad ones.
That's true. That's a good point.
Yeah, there's only 2 wins.
Again, 2 wins, bro. Like you say, only 2 wins, but when every team in this league is so stacked, like who'd you beat? Bigar and Umbi was one of your wins in an 11-10, 35-minute game.
Yeah.
And what was your other one? And Jay and Denny. Another solid squad.
That was the first game of the tourney. It was wild.
Yeah. 3 other games. 3 other games on the other table started and finished by the time your game finally ended.
My legs were jelly after that one. Adrenaline. It was 10-10. I was done after that.
How many beers? Actually, probably not even that many beers because I don't think anyone was missing the table.
I'd have been loaded.
Bigar and Umbi didn't miss the table once at 11-10 game to start.
Yeah, I think I went through 2.5 maybe. So
you had 10 sips at least for their 10 points, and then however many times you missed the table, which I don't think was many. I feel like you guys were locked in too. Otherwise, they would have been FIFAing on you.
Yeah, not too many. Only a couple.
I'd be sipping like
when you don't have to.
I don't even realize.
That's a good point. Especially at the start of tourneys, you're actually like trying to get drunk. Like you're trying to drink. Like you're there to drink. So like you're thirsty. The first game you're on, you're probably sipping more than you need to.
I drink like 3 beers before I even get on to the table.
The warm-up beers.
Yeah, it takes me like a good 6 to like stop feeling
it. So we had some new winners in this tourney. Of course, we had Cam Green and Sean Roach picking up their first UDL championship. Neither guy had ever been to a finals before.
They needed it.
And they team up together within 2 tourneys. They're right here with a ring.
They needed it.
That was huge.
Absolutely.
Cam is electric.
Yeah, it went from Cam is good to Cam is great to I like that. Cam is electric.
Cam is green, dude.
Cam is green. I like that one too.
Yeah, he knew he had something to prove that tourney. You could tell, bro, the way he was playing. It was just lights out. He
was playing with some swag.
Yeah, they wanted it.
They wanted
it.
And Rochi was just in a different headspace that tourney. Like
well. Did you see the shoes he was wearing?
Were they Air Forces?
They were black Air Forces for the first time.
I'm
on to something. We've been talking about this for years.
Somebody else did that. Who else did that? Is it JT Torres maybe? Or he always has.
He wears the white.
Yeah, he wears the ones.
Somebody else wore Air Forces for the first time last tourney.
They work. They really do work. Lang, you've been onto it for a while.
People think I'm lying, dude.
Honestly, like you have probably more thieves with Air Forces alone than anyone else does in general.
Yeah. Dude, it's the golden boot. It's the black boot.
Roach honestly balled too, though. Roach, because he was making snags that I don't think I've seen him make or maybe anyone make. Like those quick hands he has, and he gets so low to the ground so fast that he just swipes up on dice.
It's like an uppercut.
It's an uppercut on dice that are like almost at the grass.
Yeah.
That other people, like a guy like other good divers, like a Kearney or a D-Hall or a Cam even, are full laying out and putting their palm up and making that snag. But he just kind of like bends down a little. He's so low to the ground and bendy that he just bends down a little bit, swipes up, and
he's got like a weird little dive. It's not even like he like launches and like pushes himself and actually dives for it. It's more or less like he just like drops at it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. He doesn't like actually like use his legs and dive for it. It's just more of like a
His
like
hands
he
are so
falls
quick.
with. I don't know.
Right.
It's weird to explain. But if you see like his dives versus like anyone else's dives, like it's just different.
It's almost like it doesn't look as.
I think it's just so quick that you just don't
right,
realize
you don't
that he's
realize
actually
how
diving.
impressive that play
He gets to the dive so quick and then just falls at it and grabs it.
And he doesn't really complete the dive because he doesn't have to, because he already made the catch. So he'll just catch himself and stand up.
Yeah.
The craziest part about it too is you heard Cam saying that he wants the depoy, and he's kind of been playing like it too. So you got two stud defenders on that team. That's a scary team.
Yeah, they are.
People kind of gave you some shit after you picked Roach as your depoy pick last pod.
Oh, I think it was just Cam that gave me some shit.
There were some rumblings in the backyard that I heard some rumblings of like that was a strange pick, but
I don't know.
It really
I think the kid's a defensive machine.
Have they watched him play die?
That's what. Yeah, no. I think it was more of the fact that his teammate is already looked at as such an elite defender that it'd be hard for him to even play better than that.
Everyone loves a good underdog story,
Right?
especially from the teammate.
No, that's a fact.
That would be a steal.
That'd
I
be like
J-Rich is the FIFA king. I think he's in number 2 in FIFA.
yeah. How many did he have last time?
He had at least like 3 or 4.
I won't put him at 2, but that definitely has him in the top 10 for
I was
sure.
feeding him. Well, I was just letting him take him.
So you were feeding him thief, essentially.
Well,
feeding him the opportunity to thief.
Basically, but he got it. He's got the boot on him.
Shout out Richie. Yeah, Reno. Cam and Roach, great tourney. Congrats to the boys. They earned it. They needed it. That bet with Rocco is on 1-0 Cam now. I confirmed that was actually Tourney wins, not just games. So Tourney wins when both teams are actually playing, Cam and Roach and Rocco and Zill.
Which one I said it was championships?
No, he thought it was the head-to-head battle. Which would be 1-1 right now.
Right.
But yeah, Cam 1-0 Roach for that bet. That'll be interesting.
Lead.
That'll be interesting to keep an eye on.
Wow.
How about our runner-ups? This may have been the most improbable run to the finals we've ever seen from a team. These guys met each other like an hour into the tourney, probably.
Yeah, I was going to say 2 games in.
The tourney had already started, and Joe had arrived and found out his partner is Darling. They dapped up. They said it was good. And from that point on, they just won games.
Dude,
and that
wild.
team, just Darling, like Brian Darling, shout out to Darling, because this dude, it was not a one-hit wonder when he did that in tourney 2. Like he proved that he's here to stay, and he is as good of a rookie. I can't even say that because we've had a lot of good rookies, but he's up there with some of the great rookie performances we've had over the last 3-4 years.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand it. He just,
he's always in the right place. Always look at it, he's in the right place.
I just don't get it.
It's weird because his positioning on defense, sometimes he like sits, he'll be sitting down on the ground
he will.
as the dice is hitting the table. But you're right. He just happens to be in the right place at the right time. Because if I'm sitting on the ground and there's a rollback, like, see you later. I didn't have a chance of getting the point. Or if it's anywhere other than right where I'm at. But for some reason, it's always within arm reach and he can tip it back to himself. And
I was actually thinking about that when I was like on my way over. I was like, well, who's like elite at rolling back? And obviously like Lang is, Cam is. And they played Lang, and he's still making catches 4 feet backwards off the table while sitting, and they're going right to him.
It's unorthodox, and
no sense.
It's effective. Like
makes no sense.
Yeah, he sat into the full extension. Like, it was crazy.
If you guys saw the Tourney 2 recap, I slowed down one of his plays where he he was sitting down and it was all the way over to his right hand. He tips it and it goes all the way back to his left hand. And his wingspan's pretty long. It must be to make
so
that play
long.
because he sent that so far away from himself and he still made the play with his other hand. Brian Darling is impressing me. And Joe fucking Espinshade, dude. Like Joe is a savage. Like
machine.
He's a machine. He's polished. He's He's borderline a perfect die player. The way his style of play, he does not make mistakes, mental or physical mistakes. If he drops a dice, it's a diving attempt that he had to wrap around the body screen that's on the line. Like he doesn't drop anything that's casual, and his FIFA game is top notch. Like the dude just has no flaws in his game, and he wins and wins and wins.
He's just having a good time.
Always
smiling.
He's out there just having a good time. There's no stress on Joe's back when he's playing die.
Oh, wow.
They linking up on Sunday? Him and Pat?
No, it should be Joe and Pat this Sunday.
Okay.
They should be good to go. So now Joe got some steam. Let's see if Pat can hop on the train and they can carry themselves to a ring, because maybe that's all Joe needed last tourney was that little extra oomph that Pat would have provided. But yeah, Darling really did his thing. They won game one of the finals. Epic game. I think that was a nice 30-minute game. Game one. I think it was maybe 11-10, might have been like 10-8. And I think they just ran out of gas in game two.
Yeah.
They ran out, they put so much into that comeback to win game one. And a 30-minute game, they put everything into that. And I think game two might have been 3 or 4 minutes. It was an ass whooping. Ass whooping. But shout out Joe and Darling. Like you guys did your thing.
Great tourney.
I love it.
Improbable run. Like you talk we always hear about chemistry and maybe they just haven't played enough together yet. Right. And after a few more tourneys, they should be good. Nah, Joe and Darling meet each other and go to the finals.
They just played their own game.
That doesn't happen in UDL. Like that shit just does not happen. Darling is, I was saying earlier before the pod to these guys, Darling's got to be the minus 2,500 favorite to be rookie of the year.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Like he should be an all-star. I'll put the first little advertisement for Darling as an all-star this season. If he continues this play, he should be an all-star because he's definitely one of the top 16 players this season at least.
Oh yeah.
100%.
So yeah, shout out to the boys. Who grabbed third place? How about Denal and Mark? Mark making his season debut.
Impressive.
And another two.
They got your number.
They were like he was saying. They were just in every spot the die went. It was crazy,
bro. They're good.
They just wouldn't drop. They wouldn't drop anything. everything just went to them, and they played every play.
Mark is so sneaky. Mark has a nice little resume when it comes to wins. Now that he picked up a win over you.
Hold on. Cut it. Dude, Darling threw 4 uncatchable die against me and Jared. I'm not even kidding. You know I lay out. Dude, he threw 4 uncatchable die.
That's tough.
Dude, it was wild.
That's tough. Rocco and Zill win that the hard way against Ty and Liam that time.
Oh my God.
Sometimes there's nothing you can do.
Dude, I'm looking at Jared. She goes, I don't know, man. I'm like, dude. I'm like,
it was all Darling.
What do you want me to do?
Did they roll back?
Darling's, it was 4 uncatchable die. It was crazy. All right, so on to Mark.
Yeah, Mark and Denal. Mark is a sneaky player. Like his resume is impressive now. Some of the teams he's beaten you and Jay Rich now. He's beaten Rocco and Zill. He's beaten Nick and Colin. Like he's beaten some of these top dog teams that we've had over the years, and he continues to do it. Like the kid is just steady, and he doesn't play a lot, but when he does come back, he's winning.
Yeah, I'm surprised he doesn't come every tourney. He plays so well. I never really saw him play, and I just heard that he was really good. Yeah. And then I saw this tourney that he is really good.
His schedule hasn't been matching up with ours, just at least in the spring. But I think he's good to go for most of the rest of the season. That's a sneak. Oh, actually, I know Mark's out tourney 4, but after that, we should be seeing a lot more Mark.
Good.
And Denal just does this. This is what Denal does. He's proven that this is just Denal.
Denal just plays die.
Bro, like he's one of the more swaggy players we have out there. And you wouldn't know it by looking at him, but like the way he carries himself, the way he moves, the way everything, he's just cool. He's like a cool dude. And he doesn't let anything face him. Something about those Newton boys that they just, the lights are not too bright for them. And it's clear every time they step on the field. Like they're unfazed by the cameras, the crowd, or anything. Like they're just ready to get dubs, and that's what they do.
It's a top 10 conversation in my eyes.
For Denal.
Yeah, definitely.
I like
Right
it.
around it.
Some
Right
could argue
around
he
it.
got snubbed from the Defensive Player of the Year ballot last season.
Yeah, debatable.
Yeah, I could
Who
agree.
was Depoy?
Depoy last year was Justin Richards for the second straight year.
Uh,
But Denal wasn't on the ballot. Like there was
gotcha,
argues
gotcha.
that he should have been on the ballot for Depoy because he was top 4 in diving catches. When it comes to defense, there's not much better than Denal.
Right.
So
Well,
his name's definitely out there for this
Yeah,
season.
and just how he plays, like
It's
you
just
said, it's just a
smooth.
flashy,
He's
smooth way.
He's
so flashy.
yeah. How is it possible to be smooth and flashy? Don't those kind of offset? But that's a like he is. He's
he does it.
smooth and he's flashy and he flips around. He contorts his body in ways that I've never seen a guy
Makes
do.
it work.
He's just crafty. Like he's a good player.
Yep.
And he got the personality to back up the game. Like he talks shit. He scored his first bucket. I'm recording his game. He scores a bucket with Fennell and he looks at me. He was a DT. And he looks at me. He goes, Troy, who? I'm like, talk your shit, bro.
I actually remember hearing
It doesn't matter who he plays with. That's his point. You don't like. I'll play with Fennell. I'll go Final 5. I'll play with Mark. I'll go Final 3. I'll play with you. We'll go to the finals a few times.
Right.
It doesn't matter to Denal. Denal's
Right.
going up there and doing his thing regardless.
For
Just
sure.
You got to get one.
Yeah,
Gotta
you
get a
guys
ring.
almost won the chip
He's
last
he's,
year.
he's sniffing at
he's
this
knocking,
ring.
knocking
He's
at the
knocking
door.
at the door for sure.
Definitely.
Fourth place this tourney. Once again, another good tourney was JT and Beretti.
Oh yeah.
JT and Beretti did their thing yet again. Again, they weren't a one-hit wonder. If anyone out there thought that was the case, they certainly are not because they destroyed some of their competition in that last tourney.
They got to be close to top 4 in playoffs.
I think they are a 4 seed around now. Yeah.
Yeah, they whooped us pretty bad.
they did beat our
Yeah.
ass. Yeah.
Yeah, they got me in the first game. Like, they
They're-
played well.
They're playing quick games too. They're taking care of business
They're
early.
good. Dude.
Yeah.
Like, they finally they're a team that I think actually did need the time, unlike I guess Joe and Darling, whatever. But
Yeah,
I think
right.
a team like JT and Beretti actually needed that time to not mesh because they're already best friends, but like just get in that groove on the dive field together of who's gonna go for what dice and who's gonna feed. Like they just have a smooth rhythm now that it's I think it's gonna keep up. I don't see them slowing down.
No, not at all. I'd put them in the conversation of up and coming to win the next tournament. They're so hot right now.
Well, it's just another team, like we've been saying, they're just knocking on the door.
It's tough.
The
Yeah.
last 2 tournaments.
There could be a whole lot of teams.
And we-
that
You know,
show up in the
dude, there's a
finals.
handful of
It's
teams
true.
that are just like I
Right
mean,
there.
you can't even count out JT and Kev.
Oh, that's
They're always
that's the
there.
other team that's knocking at the door.
You know what I mean? Like, there's just so many teams that are just right there.
And then there's so many teams that are already there, like
Right.
you and J Rich, Rocco and Zill, Bigar and Umby, Cam and
Right.
Roach.
Yep.
Right. Dude, it's
Joe
crazy.
and Pat.
It's like scary. It's like,
It's
I
tough
mean,
to win.
I mean, it's definitely tough to win, but there's like nothing like getting your first championship. You know what I mean? So just
Oh,
like
absolutely.
with the group that we have that already has them, like I feel like it's more pressure on us to beat those teams that are knocking on the door
True.
versus if like we face JT and Kev and we beat them and they're like, oh, like, all right, whatever. But like if we lose to them, it's like that they're a step closer.
That's
You know what I
facts.
mean? Especially if we're in a loser's bracket situation, we're out.
Yeah.
They're a step closer to opening that door.
And once that door is open, it's once you get a ring.
Dude, once you get
I
a
told you
ring-
that stat
Dude.
a couple pods ago. Once you win a ring, you are guaranteed to win another ring.
Yeah.
Cam and Roach haven't done it yet because they haven't had an opportunity to
We
do it
will
yet.
see.
But we'll see. They have a whole season to do it. Well, actually, they have 2 tourneys essentially.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
There's a 95% chance that they will win a ring within the next 2 tourneys.
Really?
it's weird.
Wow.
It's weird. I don't know how that
You
even.
talking Cameron Roach?
Cameron Roach.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fucked.
Was it only
I
one
wouldn't
time
be
it hasn't
surprised.
happened?
Whoever wins, yeah, and the only team was Rocco and D Hall after they won tourney 1 of season 3, but they ended up still winning the playoffs. So
True.
they still covered. Actually, yeah, 100% of the teams that win a ring win another. It's weird.
During that season.
It's like
And 95
Fucked.
within the next 2 tourneys.
I guess that's motivation.
it like
Well,
should
gotta
it
get
like
one.
shouldn't be a thing, but it's definitely a thing.
Yeah,
Like,
it's wild.
You got to run through the gauntlet now. There's
There's
dude,
no easy
oh,
outs.
can't-
dude, especially in that
Can't
losers
keep-
bracket, dude. Like when like some of like the top teams all just like lose that first game or lose the second game or whatever. Like that losers bracket gets tough.
Bro, it's been
and especially if
heavy
you're
the
playing
last
back to
3
back to
tourneys.
back to back to back, and then it's like okay, now you're in the championship, gonna play this tuna. Like,
4-0 team that
what?
hasn't lost yet.
You're like, what the?
And you got to beat them twice.
Yeah, dude, it's like it gets scary.
That losers bracket has been a gauntlet this season,
Dude,
more than
it's been
ever.
bad,
Like
yeah.
I've never remembered losers brackets that are this just stacked with
Dude,
talent.
it's unreal.
But maybe it's just the league that's so
I mean,
stacked.
every
gonna s-
game.
Yeah, I just think that the competition's closing.
Yeah, honestly, these smaller tourneys are taking away some of the not weaker teams, but some of those random teams that make 1 or 2 appearances per season. That hasn't really been the case yet this season. I'm hoping that maybe down the road in the summer we have some bigger tourneys. But I haven't minded these little tight knit 16 teamers because there's nowhere to hide. Like first
Dude,
round, you're facing a dog. First round,
Yeah.
it's guaranteed. You're facing a good team. So it's like
Right.
if you lose, which you could, and it could on the stat sheet, you could lose and it looks like just a 0-1, but that could have been a nice 11-10 game that you battled for 35 minutes and lose. And it's like, wow, I'm 0-1. And then you go and it's like, oh, now I got Rocco and Zill in the losers bracket somehow. How the fuck are they down here? Like,
Yeah, it's
been
crazy.
tough this
It's
season.
crazy.
There's nowhere to hide. It used to be, all right, I lost my first game.
Let me go win a couple.
Let me go.
Yeah.
All right, I got these guys. They've never played die yet.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
there's no teams like
Dude,
that anymore.
That's over.
And all
That's
those
over.
teams that maybe there's guys in the league currently that used to be those teams, but
Right.
now it's like they're not anymore.
And
Me
it's
and,
like,
me and Ty drew Cam and Roach, and then we drew JT and Beretti in the losers bracket.
No, I thought you drew Bigar and Umby first.
Well,
round.
we drew them, but then once we got to the losers bracket,
Oh,
we
right,
played
right.
two heavy hitters,
Right.
and then I played Rocco Zill in the losers bracket this
Right.
year. It's not easy.
It's tough.
but that's like for rookies. Like if I was a rookie and like wasn't like too comfortable with die, there is no fucking chance that I'm coming and playing.
Maybe that's what's
you know what I mean?
limiting
dude?
some of
If,
these
like,
tourneys. is just
especially if
might
I,
be the
especially if I
talent.
watch like and look at the page and see what's going on, get the feel for it. There is absolutely no way that I'm like, all right, yeah, I won in next tourney. Just
Bro.
get absolutely smoked.
Yeah, I can't confidently invite someone to come
You
play.
know what I
Like,
feel
oh,
bad.
I don't
It's
even
like-
like really know
right.
die like that. And I'm like,
it's like a
"Yeesh,
donation at that
Maybe we should get
point.
some casual backyard die first.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm wondering if the highlights scare people away. 'Cause
I don't
These
know.
recap videos are obviously all the best plays and stuff, but that's not all. That's not every game. Like you don't see that all game
Right.
every game. And
right.
it's funny. I was at Rocco's last week for his. He had like a family gathering. He told me to swing by. We were playing die, and his dad was over there sitting there, or someone in his family yelled over. He was like, "Yo, this does not look like the page at all. we're missing table, whatever.
Yeah.
We're dropping dice." And he's like, "This is not what I see on the page." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's true. We only show the good shit on there."
That 8x2 is difficult though. I will
Oh
say
my
that.
God.
8x2,
That thing's a-
precision.
But
that
dude,
thing's a force.
You lock that down, you're good.
Yeah, you're not gonna miss.
You're good.
But say goodbye to all the side DTs that you used to get.
Yeah.
Because now you're gonna be in the center of the table all day.
I-
That's better than missing table
yeah.
though. We had a 5th place appearance by Ty and Reno. How
Oh,
about the boys sitting right here with their best tourney? Reno's best tourney of his career.
for sure.
Ty, best tourney in a little bit.
yeah, for a long while.
How'd it feel to get that couple dubs, especially that first one against Bigar and Umby?
That first one was huge. Yeah.
Crazy game. That's
That
like
was-
Tilt Tuesday nomination, game of the year type shit.
Yeah. After 45 minutes, we needed that. We needed that W.
I didn't even know what was gonna happen. I'm like, is a die even gonna hit the ground at this point? Like,
Yeah.
it was fun though. That was a good game. Shout out to Bigar Ambi. They played their hearts out. They, like I said, they didn't miss table and they didn't throw it short. So
Facts.
that's
Yeah.
in an 11-10
It was a game of little mistakes.
You did
that's
not
for
make
sure.
a mistake. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
It was funny to see the crowd movement throughout that game.
Oh my
Because
God.
the first game on the other table was Cam and Roach, Rocco and Zill. So
Yeah.
obviously that got all the eyes.
Right.
Of
And
course, yeah.
maybe people were underestimating you guys, but I don't know how many people picked you two to win that game over Bigar and Umby. So maybe they just assumed, all right,
Well, they
like,
got a live bet going, so people are naturally.
well, that's
gonna go
another
there.
that's another reason they got a live bet. So it's like this game means a little more than just the tourney. Even.
Yeah.
So everyone's watching that game. It ended, and then another good game popped up after that. As your game is still going on,
Yeah, who was
I
that?
think I can't remember the game, but it was another good game.
It was.
Oh, it was
I forget who we played, but it was me.
It
and
was Lang.
Jarrett.
against Hache. It was Lang against Hache. So that still kept like half the eyes.
Because dude, who was Haas playing with?
Lucas.
Yeah, dude, he threw it, hit the table, and completely dropped. I'm staring at their game. I didn't even see the die.
Bro.
Or no, I don't. No, it didn't drop. It was like a FIFA right in the middle of the table. And Jared's just like, yo. And I'm like, oh, what?
We're playing.
Dude, I was all eyes on that other game. Dude, I didn't even see him throw it.
Tilt.
There was a lot of crazy plays, a lot of cheering.
I think half the crowd maybe migrated over after Cameron Roach ended. By the time maybe halfway through your game, it was full house on that game. Like
I don't
every
think we had a
person.
camera on us.
I was the only guy. And I was recording you, but I was watching their game. Like that shit was electric. And then finally your game ended. So I snuck over to catch the end of that. That was one of the better games I've seen. Shout out to all 4 players in that. Bgar and Umby did their thing, but you guys dug it out.
Snuck it out. Yeah.
Yeah, tie with the clutch plunk to start the game, right?
Oh yeah. I
Big
think
plunk.
it was
Yep,
like
it was
my
one of the
fourth
first.
toss.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause,
that was-
I mean, we were just going back and forth,
Yeah, that was-
catching.
Was that a bounce plunk?
Yeah, bounce plunk. Yeah, my
So-
first bounce plunk.
That was
Sometimes
big
that's
time.
the only way you can score when the defense is that good. It's legitimately a plunk or a DT.
Yeah, definitely needed that. Gave us some confidence early.
Bro, also, I mentioned this to you. I don't know if you remember. Because they didn't throw a FIFA or a short, and Ty legit might have had 8 points that game.
Sheesh.
He was balling that game.
I would put you in second place behind the record of 9 held by Andrew Johnson
In one game,
in one game.
Andrew Johnson, 9 points.
AJ.
Wow.
I'd be
It's
shocked if it was
electric.
below 6. You went off that game.
Yeah, my die were hitting. It was the Rockets that just dropped immediately.
Let me find out who the other 5th placer was. It was Lang and J
I
Rich.
was gonna say. I thought
Lang and
so.
J Rich, 5th
Oh,
place.
really?
One of your I guess weaker tourneys in a while, but like you did your thing. Like you guys got a
Yeah.
couple big wins.
Mm.
Thoughts on the tourney overall?
Like I said, dialing through 4 fucking uncatchable die. I looked at Jared,
True.
I was like, what do you want me to do, man?
I mean,
And
you
then,
said it.
I don't know.
It's just not my
Mark
day.
and- Yeah.
Maybe it's just not our day.
Well,
Someone else's day.
We will, yeah, I was like, dude, it just might be someone else's turn. Like, but like, I felt good. Like the tourney that we won, tourney 2, whatever, like I felt like shit. And like, I was like, dude, like, I was like, I don't know what's happening. Like, I'm just not getting to the die as quick as I usually am. Like, nothing's clicking right now. But that tourney, I was like, dude, I was like, I don't think I'm going to drop a single.
I remember
die.
you would get it. You were light on your feet,
Oh,
kind of bouncing
I was
around
like,
the yard.
I was like, I'm feeling light today.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, fumbled the bag, whatever.
Hey, someone else's day.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll toss it off.
We got Bismore tourneys. How
They're
many? Is
flying
that right?
by.
They are. The season's
flying
flying by.
by.
It's already June
Yeah.
1st. Crazy. I don't know if anyone saw it yet, but I'll put it on the UDL Snap story that Johnny Haas FIFA snag that he had off the foot of Lucas against Fab and Monde. One of the best plays I've seen. One of the best FIFAs I've ever seen, and easily the best play I've ever seen from Haas.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Big time.
I'll show you right now, Lang. Absolutely
Yeah.
nuts.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
he was eyeing that bush.
I showed Reno earlier. Crazy, bro.
Wow.
Whoa. Like,
Wow.
That's my partner, y'all. That's my
crazy.
partner.
That is a absolute snag. Shout out Haas. I just had to get that out there. That
Wow.
my guy Hassy.
You're gonna see some more of that
Wow.
next tourney.
That's like some like Mazzilli shit,
Bro,
dude.
he flew
That's like some
over there.
Mazzilli and Rocco shit.
That ass.
That's
Yo.
crazy.
Good FIFA by Lucas too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then one other shout out I want to make is Dave Cooper with a plunk, his first career plunk.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was a timely one too. It was against Torres and Kev in their first game. Kev had already plunked in the game.
Yeah.
And I think Kevin and Torres had gone up maybe 4-1. Dave Coop comes back a few tosses later, plunks himself, makes it a game. That felt good for
Yeah.
Dave. I already know.
I'm definitely rooting for the Coopers.
Absolutely.
I played hoop with them, but they're always working hard out there.
They get
They're
better and better
They're
every
critiquing
turn.
themselves every single game.
Especially this year.
Bro,
From
they
1
look-
to 3.
They look good this season. They really do. The
Absolutely.
wins haven't come yet, but they look good. A
Yeah.
lot better than they ever have.
Yep.
Anyway, one of them can grab a rookie of the year from
Not a rookie
Oh,
of the
they're
year.
not
They both
rookies.
played
I
a
always
good
forget
half
that.
season
I always
last
forget
year.
that.
But honestly, if there's a name that's in there if one of them is in there for any award, it would be Tom Cooper in the mix for most improved. Because
Absolutely.
the way
Love that.
Tom went from, no offense, Tom, the worst player in UDL history last season to like a good player, like a
Yeah.
good player. Like
Yeah.
let's be real, he's a good player.
Yeah.
That's
Can't
not a
sleep.
slouch.
No,
That's
And
what I said after the second tourney, MIP.
Right,
Like,
and if
candidate,
that's-
maybe.
if going from the worst player of all time to a good player isn't a most improved candidacy, then I don't know what is. 'Cause
Yeah.
that-
Sign him up.
That's as improved
Sign
as it
him up.
gets. Like his stats were putrid. Like I'm talking maybe no points scored, maybe 1 or 2 points scored through 4 tourneys, and
Yeah.
like a good double-digit self points,
Oof.
and like bad. But this season, the self points are down.
Lit it up.
He's lighting it up.
Yeah.
Again, the wins haven't come, but I swear they will. They're going to be the next Torres and Kev. Give it a couple of years, they're going to be the next Torres and
That'd be
Kev.
nice.
Torres and Kev used to be in their position, and look at what they are now.
Every tourney. 0-2,
Yeah.
0-2, 0-2.
And now
0-2.
they are
They're
threat
factors.
to win a tourney
Yeah.
every time they step into
knocking on that door.
knocking on it. Let's get a little more WinBet interaction. I'd like a few more of you to download WinBet, so then when you win this tourney, you can send yourself off to Encore Boston Harbor, like Lang is already doing.
I'm just waiting for my night that I
Lang
want to
just-
pick.
Well, you might get another one, so you might be able to stack a couple in
might
a
be bringing the
row.
boys to Vegas.
Yeah, you might be on your way to win Vegas. So yeah, the guy you said the connection already called you from
Yeah,
Win.
he called. I talked to him. He said, just let me know a couple days in advance when I want it. He said it's good until
Whenever.
you use it.
Yeah.
I
Fire.
was like, all right. I just haven't
Haven't had the
I
time.
really
yet.
haven't picked a day. I definitely want to like map out a day that I want to do it and shit. I don't want to just randomly do it.
Word.
But yeah, I mean, it's definitely good to just have in the back of the head because
Absolutely.
it's like, hey, like we're going to Boston tonight. I'm like, oh, we'll probably end up at the casino. Let me, call, get a rum, and we're good to go.
There you go. Even if
I-
you're just stuck in Boston,
I
you're
thi-
like, damn, like there's no Ubers. Oh, I have a hotel room at
Right.
Encore.
Yeah.
Massive.
And I
flex.
don't even think Jay Rich has used his either. So
No, he
it would
hasn't.
definitely be nice if maybe we get a little Friday, Saturday action. Just
Word.
spend the weekend
Hell yeah.
just at the casino. I mean, it might be bad, but
No, for sure.
money's money, man.
I know Cam's on his way to win 2 or Encore because after his win last tourney, I know Roach didn't do what he had to do, so
Yeah.
Roach won't be attending.
Well, yeah,
Encore.
he was like, the guy hasn't called me yet. I go, I'm sure he will. I'm like, if you signed up and all that, he goes, oh, I didn't. I'm
Bro,
like, all right, well, you're not gonna
I
find
told
out, dude.
I called
Like,
him. I've been trying to set this up with Roach all week.
I'm like,
and
dude,
he's a
you're an
busy
idiot.
guy. I get that, but he's saying that it's giving him an error that he already has an account. So I told you that guy said if you already have an account, there's nothing he can do. He'll still send you the room. Like he got you.
Right.
So I said, I was like, all right, here's one name, Cameron Green. The other Sean Roach. He was like, I can't find Sean Roach. I'm like, you motherfucker lied to me with that. He never got an account yet. So I told him, I was like, I'll get Roachy set up
yeah,
for his next win.
yeah.
But shout out Cam because Cam's headed to Encore. Roachy, come on, man. That could have been you.
Shout out WinBet.
Shout out WinBet
That's
again.
a dope deal.
Yeah, make sure you go over and download Win. Those are the guys. And shout out to our boys here at HedgeBettor. My boy Justin puts in the work, sets us up in this beautiful podcast studio every other week. And we couldn't be more thankful for what he's done to grow our league. I think this podcast has been huge for UDL as a whole, just pulling in new talent and just giving us a deep dive into some of the stuff that goes on in the league that no one would really hear about if we didn't have this podcast.
That's a nice breakdown.
All right. But yeah, so HedgeBettor is actually, they're working on some content creation, podcasting, production, social media marketing. So if any of those things are in need of yours, you can hit up hbcontentstudios.com and talk to Justin because he'll set you up with whatever you need. If you need some social media work, some marketing, production, you want to start your own podcast, hit up my guy Justin at HedgeBettor and we'll get you going.
Love it.
All right. How about we get into some hot takes?
Yep.
I'll drop a line. Usually it's just like,
Am I in on this or no?
yeah, you can hot take.
Nice.
We'll go around the table. I only got a couple. Who's the most underrated player in the league right now?
We got started.
Anyone can jump in.
Most underrated.
Joe.
That's a great pick. Honestly, because not a lot of guys even would realize that Joe's underrated. You're like, oh, he's a 2-time champ, rookie of the year. But it's like, he actually is underrated, even though he was the rookie of the year. That's
Yeah.
a good pick.
They
I
don't.
like that.
Nobody talks about him. I mean,
He-
other than the podcast. I mean,
Yeah, I
He
think we
slept
got to
on.
start talking
Yeah.
Joe more because even on the pod, he probably doesn't get as much
Yeah.
love as he should.
But even we said earlier, like Denal,
Denal.
Very underrated.
Where
I mean, he's a flashy. He's a good die player. He's a defensive machine. You know, I mean, we don't. I mean, we say good things about him when it's time to, but he's an all-around good player every tournament he plays in.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Mark. I was thinking Denal too.
Those Newton boys.
Newton boys are the sweep.
They,
We got to start talking about these Newton boys a little more, huh?
yeah,
Mark's good.
Yeah,
he
he's
really
good.
is. And that, you
He's
said
good.
that was the first time you've seen him play?
first time I've seen him play. Yeah, very impressed.
Nasty.
And from what I've heard, and then what I've seen enough. You know, just one tourney. But
Just underrated
Who was he
players.
with last year?
Denal.
Oh, was he with them?
Yep.
Oh.
Until I stole Denal away, then we kind of lost Mark for the
Yeah.
rest of the season. But first half of the season, him and Denal finished Final Five, I think, a couple times. And then him and Ben, another Newton guy,
That's who I'm thinking.
him and
of,
Ben
yeah.
played the first turn. Before
yeah,
Denal
yeah,
made his
yeah.
debut, him and
Yeah.
Ben did very well in Tourney 2 of last year's.
That's what I was thinking of.
That's a good pick. I like that. If I were to pick one, most underrated player in the league right now, I like Johnny Hasse in that spot. I
Yeah.
think Johnny Hasse is so skillful for not being necessarily like a winning player in the league. Like he's filthy.
Absolutely.
He makes very good plays, but he
especially
just,
after seeing that.
bro, that play, you didn't even know he had that in his arsenal.
No
like
way.
that.
The wins will come.
The wins
Trust
will come.
me.
I know the wins will come. So
Watch
my
out
pick
for
is
us.
Johnny Hasse. 'cause
Wins do come.
Watch out for us.
Wins
rest of the
come and then
season.
win comes. Go to win Vegas. That was a bad joke.
is that locked in for the whole year or what?
Shredder would be dying.
It's locked
right
in
now.
unless it gets very ugly.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Yeah. So you guys come Tourney 7, Tourney
Yeah.
8. You guys might have to look at each other and be like,
We'll,
all right,
we'll
let's
come into
run it.
Tourney 8 and reassess where we're at.
Tourney
Yeah,
8.
yeah.
That's a little late.
All we need is one.
7-8, like we said, it's 1 point.
All you need is one.
True. All right. Here's another hot take. Other than your own team, what's a team you really want to see win a UDL championship?
JT Kev.
Word. I knew that was your answer.
They're due. They're so
And
due.
it doesn't
Absolutely
it doesn't
do.
have to be a team that's never won before. It could just be like, who do you want? Like, it could be Lang and Jaggers
Yeah.
if you really want them to win the 8. That could be a pick.
Get me to 10.
I guess a little biased for me, but definitely JT Beretti. I mean, I'm boys with them, but
Yeah.
like we said, they've been knocking at the door.
Mm-hmm.
They started off rough. They had like 3 offers to start their career together. And, Bane's been to 1 finals, 5 years. He's been grinding.
2 finals.
2 finals,
finals,
2 finals, 5 years. He's been grinding. He still hasn't got one. So that's who I want to see win one this year.
I just think just the whole storyline from day one from JT and Kev. Like, dude,
Oh, it'd be-
like we
yeah.
were saying, dude, they went 0-2 for I think like 2 years straight, and they still stuck with each other. I would have been
that is
I would have been
loyalty.
like, dude, I'm like, it's either me or you, so we gotta figure something out here. Like, you know what I mean?
That's
like,
so true.
dude, they just stuck with each other, and now they're one of the top teams, but
Yeah.
they just haven't won a championship yet. They need one.
They've been to what, 3 finals now?
I mean, listen,
4
if I see
finals?
them in the finals, I'm not letting them win, but I would love to see them get one.
Word. Tazo?
Hmm.
Oh, you got one?
You and Alec.
Ooh.
I'd love to see the boys get a dub.
Couple
Oh,
vets.
That'd be nice. That'd
Yeah.
be nice. We need it. I haven't won a ring since 2020.
At least you
That's
got a
a
ring.
long-
Sheesh.
That's a long time. 2020,
Check the
bro.
rust.
That's
Damn.
tough. I've been there a
That
couple
feels
times.
like 10 years ago.
I've been knocking at the door a couple times, but nothing to show for it.
Yeah, the playoffs, you guys blew that playoffs. Well, you didn't blow it, but you guys,
We didn't do much.
Everyone was rooting for you guys.
I know everyone was rooting for us, but we didn't do much wrong.
Yeah.
It was one of those classic Bigarumbi
Yeah.
perfect games.
Yeah.
Like they pitched a gem.
Yeah.
You guys were 8 seed, right?
We were the 7 seed.
Oh, so. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
we were the
because
7 seed. We got Rocco Zill, then we got Joe and Pat.
it was because Nick and Colin couldn't show up and someone got boosted up, right?
Yeah, we had a play in for that 8 spot. It was
It was
Cam
Cam and
Roach.
Jay versus Fennell and Roach.
great series.
Wow.
That was a great series.
Everything
Uh,
comes full circle.
Yeah, it does. Team, speaking of one of the names you just mentioned, a guy, this isn't really a team because I'm not sure who exactly his team is, but I want to see Steve Fennell win a ring.
Absolutely.
I think
Yeah.
that would be great for the league. He's one of the best hosts we've ever had.
100%.
He's just a great, great guy. He's all business. Like he's a good die player. He's well-rounded.
No doubt.
And he's knocked at the door plenty of times. He's been Final 3 a couple times. He's been to the finals before, back in season 1, back in 2018.
Wow.
Griff went to the finals with Zilly in a losing effort to Scott and Drew. But Steve is a guy that I would love to win a ring. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Griffey. All right, a couple more. Who has the best FIFA game in the league?
Speaking of Fennell, he's
Honestly,
up there.
Yeah. There's a lot of good FIFA guys.
Yeah, there's a lot. So
Rocco.
Yeah.
you beat me to it. But
I mean, there's kind of only one answer for that.
Do you have the most FIFAs in the league?
I do, but like Rocco's FIFA is just, it's so, like it just
Controlled.
Yeah,
He just
like
kicks his foot out.
I mean,
It
I
just
just
pops right up.
no, I just kick my foot out and I just get it. He like just watches this thing come right
pokes
down to his
his
foot,
toe out.
Yeah.
and I mean, he's the best FIFA in the league, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, he has
That's
to
an
be.
easy answer.
I mean,
That's an easy answer.
You miss a table on him, it's an automatic. It's up in the air, floating to Mazzilli. Like it's just stupid.
That's fair.
yeah, it's kind of
Hate
hard.
to say it, but
kind
I
of
mean,
hard not to put
you
him
gotta-
there.
You got Rocco too?
I hate to double down because I did
That's
not
fine.
as
No, that's
well.
fine.
But yeah, Rocco.
fine.
If you watch him in his own backyard when he
Oh,
plays
he's
his rules,
ridiculous.
his rules where you can
Ridiculous,
kick it as many
dude.
times. Oh my
Yeah.
good God.
Good luck.
Yeah.
There's only one answer.
Dang, what were you saying about J Rich earlier?
The FIFA King. dude. I would love. That would be unreal. I mean, it's not gonna happen, but that would be
That'd be lit.
That would be lit.
Isn't the FIFA king like whoever's winning right now up in like the 20s at this point? Probably.
Probably, yeah.
I think Jay Rich got
That's
like maybe
insane.
6.
It's probably Lang still as the FIFA king, if not Rocco up there as well.
Right.
That's gonna be close to 50 at the end of the year if it stays that way.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And Torres is definitely knocking at the door.
He's up there.
I might have Torres. If everyone's saying Rocco, I'll throw an honorable mention out there for JT Torres because
Yeah.
his FIFA
Definitely.
is as automatic as it gets.
Yeah.
You can't throw long against Torres.
No way.
That's a thief.
Who's got the most underrated foot in the league?
He hasn't been around in a little bit, but J-Lar.
Yeah, you think
Johnny
so?
Wow,
LaRossi has
yeah.
the most underrated thief. No one
Yeah.
even you don't realize that you can miss the table against that, or that you can't miss the table against that team until you throw him a couple and he pokes. He'll send him like 12, 15 feet in the air
Yeah.
and let Haas just sit under it like
Yeah.
a center fielder and catch it.
Monday's got a low key.
Mine's got a
FIFA.
great thief. That's a good one.
Reddy's coming into his with
Reddy,
his foot
that's
too.
another good
Yeah.
pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss those Monday thieves.
Word.
Those
You got-
kept us in a lot of tourneys.
That's a fact. I like that one. You got an underrated FIFA guy?
JLR's a great pick. Underrated.
Fennell's probably properly rated,
Yeah,
but like
Fennell
Fennell,
is
right.
properly rated.
but Fennell
I
is
mean,
a
Fennell's always up
freak
there.
with thieves.
Yeah.
So who's isn't Cam pretty good with the
Cam,
thieves?
this
Cam is
season,
nasty.
Cam has proven
Yeah.
we're- that
Nasty.
was one of the biggest question marks of that
Yeah.
team heading
Yeah.
into the year.
Who's
Who's
gonna
the
be-
Who's gonna
FIFA guy?
thief? Yeah.
And it's Cam.
Yeah.
Safe to say, Cam. I think he had at least 6 last
Yeah, I
turn.
saw a couple. So, yeah.
It's funny. 6, like, what is the record for a tourney? Like 11?
No, Lang just broke it last turn. He was like
15, right?
15, right?
Oh my God.
It's a force.
It's a lot.
That's so many, dude. In 5 games, that's 3 a game. I don't know how many you played. You might have played like 8
No,
games.
I
but
played 9.
9 games. Okay. That's so many.
Yeah.
15 thieves.
I think I average a single thief attorney.
My last question here is who we always talk Mount Rushmore a lot. I think the Mount Rushmore, there's 3 guys that are set on the Mount Rushmore, and those guys are Langa, J Rich, and Scott. Now that 4th spot, my question is who is the 4th person on the Mount Rushmore? Is it Drew Myers or is it Rocco McClafferty? Or is it someone else? But I think it's one of those 2.
Oof.
I got Rocco. He's won with 2 different partners.
Okay.
Kind of like a Kawhi situation, can win
Word.
multiple places. So it shows that he's.
I'll go with the Rock.
Rock?
Yeah.
How many tourney wins does Drew have?
He has 4 tourney wins.
Drew's nasty though. Drew's gross.
I'm about to pull up their all-time records just as a
Drew's
reference because I'm actually not
gross.
sure what they are.
What's it got to take to get them to a tourney?
I think they're retired.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
done. Yeah, they're done. We ain't gonna see them again.
I haven't
Gonna
seen
pull
Drew
him
in
out
a
of the
while.
marina bag, get him over here.
That's the funny thing is they'll be drinking like all day.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, well,
they're out.
They're out.
They're just not there.
They're just retired. So who's your answer? No one's answered this yet. Rocco or
I'm
oh,
going
sorry,
with the
two of
Rock.
you both said
Yeah,
Rocco. My
Definitely.
bad.
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely
I'm
rock.
Ty.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be if it's not already Rocco will secure it by the end of this.
That's fair to
season.
say. Just for reference, all-time records in UDL, Rocco is 43-22. Very impressive. Drewski is 47-11.
Wow.
So just
He's
throwing
nasty.
that, just throwing that out there. Like,
Hey, I got here
Nasty.
season 3,
Just
so
throwing
don't
that up.
knock me over.
No, that's fair.
He is nasty.
Drew, in season 1 and 2, Drew and Scott were really them guys. Like those dudes ran shit. They ran shit.
Fuck.
47-11.
That's like 4-1 every tourney. Obviously, you can't do that, but
Yeah, they used to be the Lang J Rich when you see them across the table.
Oh, you were shook every time.
Yep.
All right, let's get some. Oh, before Beat the Lang, let's sneak in a couple award predictions. I want some award predictions. I already got Lang's, so let me sneak Ty and Reno's. You guys can both. Maybe I'll say the award. You guys can both give a pick. So we'll start with something like a Defensive Player of the Year.
see, I don't want to act like I didn't come. I came unprepared because I've been thinking about this for so long and I
Right.
still don't have my answer.
I'm gonna say Cam.
Cam, deep
Yeah.
boy. He wants it.
Yeah.
That's a good pick. He already has the ring. He's
Showing
got a
it.
little resume.
He's showing that he can be that guy. So he just keeps it up.
I like that.
I'm gonna go J Rich.
3 straight deep
Three.
boys.
3 straight.
Whoa.
Three straight. I have logic to back it up as we get further.
What's your logic?
Cam's getting an award, but it's not Depoy.
Okay, I know where you're going.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know where you're going.
Yeah.
Let's go to Opoy.
Cam.
There it is.
There it is.
Cam, interesting. So funny that you picked Cam. So you picked Roach for defense, and you picked Cam for offense. And like going into this, you'd think that Roach is the offensive player of the team, Cam is the defensive player of the team. But
So
maybe they're both just complete players, and they both just do everything.
would that sum him up for an MVP candidacy too? I mean, if he's both offensive and
I mean, yeah.
boy,
If people are saying Cam for both, then
he could be
yeah.
an MVP candidate too.
He could be.
he should be right now, probably through 3 tourneys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to pick your boy. Who'd you pick, Lane? Kev?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I mean, Kev
Oh,
with 3
was it
plunks
last
and
week,
3
2 weeks
tourneys.
ago?
I mean,
I
that's pretty
forgot.
good.
Kev 3 plunks through 3 tourneys.
Yeah,
Man is
that's-
averaging. He told me after tourney 1, I want to average a plunk a tourney. And then tourney 2, he didn't plunk. But then tourney 3, he plunked. He's like, yo, I'm back on track. Plunk per tourney.
Love
You
the
got-
way
If
he
you average a
plays.
plunk fraternity, dude, like,
You're a
get
dog.
out of it.
Boy. Give him the boy.
Just give him
That's wild.
So is that your pick, Kev?
yeah, give it a Kev.
It's a good pick. What about the most improved player of the year? You can't say yourself.
That's hard.
Mhm.
That one's hard. That one might be the hardest one because I don't think there's a clear-cut candidate yet.
Yeah, it's still a battle.
'Cause
But I want
you-
to see Johnny Haas.
Yeah, no one's really favorited right now in Vegas.
I think you could make an argument for Johnny Haas. Excuse me, Johnny Haas. I think you can make an argument for, even though he's been in the league for 4 or 5 years, Commande.
Really?
I think you can make an argument for Fobs because I think at some point they came back, or well, they made it to the point where they weren't as good as they used to be, and then they've exceeded that point.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's hard not even to mention the Cooper brothers.
Yeah.
Because they played last year, you know?
Especially Tom.
Yeah.
Tom looks good out
Tom, if Dave picks it up a little bit, not that Dave's slacking, but like he might be slacking. If Dave picks it up a little bit, I think that team can win, like go 2-2 next tourney.
I got another one, but I don't think anyone said it, but Denal, I think, has taken a step past what he was last year. So far, in my eyes, this year, the 2 tourney, he's only been a 2 out of 3, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, he's placed in both of them.
I feel
I
like
don't necessarily if he
might be past the MIP
Yeah.
threshold. I mean, it's hard to go from finals runner-up of the playoffs to MIP. Like, you
Yeah.
gotta-
I said Monday.
yeah, he said Monday too.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was one of the names he. Who's your official pick? Because you said like 3-4 names right
I'm
there.
not. Yeah, I know. I was just laying it down that
No,
it's
I
not
like it.
easy.
multiple choice.
I like it.
Give me Dave Cooper.
Dave Cooper.
Dave Cooper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me Dave
Okay.
Cooper. Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that. Word. All right, couple more.
Skip.
Actually, rookie of the year. Did we skip you? No, you gave your answer.
Darling, we can't do rookie of the year. We don't have no fucking
Rookie of
rookies.
the year.
It's Darling.
You gave your answer for
Next.
MIP, did you?
Johnny House.
Oh, you
Hache,
did.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Rookie of the year, we can consensus for Darling. We
Yeah.
can move on from
definitely.
that. And MVP finally.
Put the stamp on that, Darling.
See, with my logic, Cam Opoy, J Rich Depoy, that leaves one of the two out between Lang and Rocco. And I love you, Rocco, but I'm gonna have to say Lang.
Lang,
Yeah.
3 straight
Three straight.
MVPs.
That would be
back
nice.
to back to back.
That would be nice.
Bro.
Both teammates get 3-time awards.
That would shut a lot
Back
of
to
people
back to
up.
back.
What else could you say after that?
I would not say anything.
What can you say?
What would my speech be?
I'm back.
See you next year.
You can only say so much at this point. I'm
Not
back.
to repeat myself, but
Jay Rich just gets up there, bring you $20 next year. $20.
25.
Ty, you got a pick for your MVP?
can I just write them all on one?
No.
Thank you.
Let's see.
We'll go a wild horse, Joe.
Whoa.
That's a banger.
Joe, I love
Man.
that pick.
That's a wild horse.
Hasn't-
Joey
No
kid.
champion yet, but hey,
Yeah.
he's right there.
That's
one
not a
win
bad
away.
pick at all. He was
One
like
win
the
away.
5th person on the MVP ballot last season.
Yeah.
Like if there was another person on it, it would have been Joe.
Dude, I'm gonna lose this shit because fucking I'm gonna have to write it down. It's gonna take me an hour to write someone's
Bro,
fucking name.
it's
Tell me I'm
quick.
right, Joe Ashmanshire.
Yeah, you're spoiling. You're spoiling what we're doing. All right, so we're getting into beat the Lang. I'm passing out note cards because we got a little different style today. I'm gonna give you 2 guys, 2 UDL players, and you have to write down who you think leads the head-to-head matchup between those 2 guys in their career. So I'll even tell you how many games these 2 people have played against each other, and you tell me. You don't have to tell me how many games they've won. Just guess who out of the 2 has more wins against each other. So first one. These people have played 12 times in their UDL career. Rocco versus J Rich. And this does not include season 1 because we're not exactly sure what happened back in season 1. So season 2 and on. Everyone's got their answer?
Yep.
All right, Flip. What do you guys got?
J Rich.
Ty says J Rich. Lang says J Rich. Reno says Rocco. The answer is J Rich.
Mm-hmm.
7-5 is the record against the 2.
It was closer than I thought.
J Rich with 7 wins, Rocco 5. I guess we could write on the same one, right? We don't got to waste them all.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
That's a good call. All right. Next one. These guys have faced off 7 times in their career. How about JT versus JT? JT, Justin Torres versus JT Bain.
This is tough.
They faced each other 7 times in their career.
Because we're also talking about early seasons too.
Yeah, season 2 on. So 2020 till now. All right. What do we got?
Bane.
I got Bane.
Bane, 3 Banes all around. All incorrect, actually. The answer
Wow.
is Justin
Wow.
Torres with
Wow.
4 wins over JT Bain.
That's ridiculous.
I
4. So that was 4-3 was the record there for Torres.
That was close.
All right, this one. These guys have faced off 1 time in their UDL career.
What the?
1 time. Drewski versus D Hall. Drewski versus D Hall.
this is a trick question.
Help keep track of your own scores too. All right, what do we got?
Drew.
I got D-Hall.
Answer is of that one game,
I was
Drewski.
gonna say, dude,
Over.
Drewski.
no fucking way.
It's a sneaky one because
No fucking
it could
way.
have been Tourney won when Rocco and D-Hall swept the tourney and won, but they didn't face Scott and Drew that one. They faced him the next tourney when they went 2-2, and one of those losses was to
Gotcha.
Scotty and Drew. All right. So what do you guys got? What do we got for score, Ty? You
I
got
got 2.
I
two?
got 2.
I'm over.
2-2-0. How about this new partnership, Cam versus Roach? They faced 5 times in their career. Cam and Roach.
I wrote down the wrong end. Oh, well.
All right, what do we got?
Cam.
Cam.
Look at Cam.
3 Cams, all
Wow.
correct.
Oh wow.
All
go.
correct. That record is 3-2 all time, favoring Cam. All right, so we got 3-1. Next one is Zill versus Alec. These guys have only faced 3 times in their career, believe it or not. 3 times. They've both been in the league since season 1, only faced each other 3 times. Alec versus Zill. Stumped you guys on this one. You both. Everyone's sitting here thinking.
Yeah.
Whole segment's been a stump, bro.
At least you got a 50-50 shot at it.
Because I can remember one. 'Cause I was a part of it. Yeah. I'm just going to go.
All right, what do we got?
So
Zill.
I got Alec.
Alec is correct.
Ah.
Fucking A.
Alec got him 2-1.
it was early season.
2-1.
Because me and Alec lost to Rocco and Zell.
Yeah,
And I was
Alec
like,
had
I
him.
know there's that
Alec
one.
had him 2-0 until him and Rocco beat you guys in
Yeah.
tourney 6 or 7, maybe or 6 or 8. All right, so we got 3-3-2 now. Now it's a
Yes.
game.
Yes, sir.
How about Owen Kearney versus Kev Denellen? Kearney versus Kev. They have faced each other 5 times in their career. This took a lot of time to go back and find these records, by the way. I gotta add that.
I didn't even want to ask.
I made sure to get this shit right. All right, what do we got?
Carney.
Hey, Kev.
Kev.
Answer is Kev by
Really?
3-2. Kev's beat him 3 times. Kearney's got him twice.
Fuck.
Ham.
So we got 4-3, I believe is the score.
Yeah. Damn.
We're down to our last 3. Lang versus Scott. Lang versus
Whoa,
Scott.
that's tough.
2 of the GOATs.
How many games we played?
You guys have faced off 6 times in
6
your
times.
career.
Wow.
And many of those in the finals.
Fuck.
Many of those are in the final.
I guess I give a hint. Huh?
I hope Lang took Scott and Drew.
What do we got?
Lang.
Scott.
Yes, thank God.
What'd you write?
I got Scott and Drew as well.
You got Scott?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Lang. 4-2.
What?
4-2.
Bang.
He's only beat you twice.
You said finals.
Maybe
a lot
back
of
in,
finals
maybe
appearances.
back
Yeah,
in-
but I've only faced Scott twice in the finals, and I've won one and lost one.
Yeah, and then you face him before the finals plenty of times.
Yeah, and
You're 4-2 against him. That's a
Right.
fact. Maybe
Fuck.
season 1 he had your number, but we didn't count season 1 because we don't have the brackets.
you said my fucking number my whole life, dude.
No, he hasn't.
I honestly not. Damn.
So that Ty takes the lead by 2 now. Biz 3-3 with
Shit.
only 2 to go. So Ty needs to cool down in order to not win this one. We already said JT Bain. I'm bringing him back this time versus Kamande. JT Bain versus Kamande. They faced each other only 3 times in their career somehow. All right, what do we got?
Bane.
Bane.
Bane is correct. 2-1. Our last one here. Looks like Ty has this dub, but our last one is Jake Marani versus Drewski. Marani versus Drew.
How many games?
They faced each other 5 times in their career. All right, what do we got?
I get Drew.
Marani.
Answer is Marani.
Fucking A.
4-1.
Wow.
4-1. Jake
Wow.
versus Drewski.
Oh.
So that's you two guys, huh?
Yeah, we had Scott and Drew's number quite a bit.
Wow.
So there, Ty with a big dub.
Bam.
You struggled last Beat the Lang, so that's a nice
I needed
revenge
this
tour.
one.
L.
You wrote L on your page. All right, good stuff, boys. Something different for Beat the Lang. You know what I mean? Got to mix it up every once in a while.
Okay.
If you guys like that, we can bring that back again in a couple weeks.
For sure.
I was definitely curious where you're gonna go with that when you said that in the car.
Yeah, something different.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Got to switch it up. So yeah, that brings us to the end of the pod. Anyone got any last words? Reno, you want to close it out with anything?
No, I mean, I hope the weather holds up this weekend. The weather does not look promising, but
Fingers crossed.
fingers crossed for sure. Would hate to like rearrange the schedule or push it to the end of the year. And hopefully, good luck to you boys this weekend.
Yes, sir.
The Sunday tourney?
Sunday tourney. Yeah,
Sunday.
this Sunday. Ty, you got any last words?
Get ready for Sunday. See you there.
Get your popcorn out.
Oh yeah.
Lang.
See you Sunday.
See you Sunday. Everyone, grab that WinBet app if you haven't. Throw in that code. Hit me up if you don't have the code yet. That way you can be joining Jay, Rich, Lang, and Cam at Encore when they pick their night. Sounds like I'll be having FOMO. So you guys better pick the same nights, then you guys can
Oh, we're gonna do the whole fucking weekend.
there you go.
Yeah, low key, if you did like a whole UDL, everybody that won from season.
Yeah, what if you waited till the end and then
that'd
just
be
threw a
that'd be
banger?
crazy.
They might
'Cause
have to toss us a table at Memoir if we do that.
That'd
We're
be
like, yeah, we got a
crazy.
lot of people here. We get a table. That'd be lit. But yeah,
That would be dangerous.
that would be dangerous. Yeah, thanks for listening. Shout out to my guy HedgeBettor, Justin. Hit him up if you need that pod or that social media marketing, anything you need. Hit up Justin. And yeah, we will see you next Sunday.